Okay, what I'd like to show you today is the choice activity. The choice activity shows up as a question mark on your page, and what it does is allows a teacher to pose a really simple question to a student, and they get to respond in a multiple choice format. So for example, I'll just give you an example here. There's a favorite color one here. This is what it would look like for students. Please tell me your favorite color. They get a bunch of choices here. They click Save My Choice, and then those responses automatically show up in a nice table like this. So you can see the results, your students can see the results, and so it's just a really quick way to pose a multiple choice question, and then it allows you to see the results of those questions. This can be used for a number of different activities. It could be a linking activity where you're connecting to some previous learning. You want to activate previous knowledge from students. It could be an anticipatory set where you're getting students interested and excited about a concept. It could be used for a guided practice activity. You know, as you're presenting information, you could ask them to respond to a question in a guided practice format. It could be a discussion starter where you're trying to get students to share their opinions about something. It can be used for a poll for student opinions. Also can be used for picking topics, like if you want to give students a choice as to topics they can choose. It's one way to set that up. So this activity can be used in a number of different ways. Let me show you how easy it is to set one up. If you're in a Moodle course and you've got your editing turned on, you simply click Add an Activity, Add Choice, and you'll get some options here. You have to give it a name. This is the name that would appear on the course page. This is a description. This is where you would put in the actual question that students would answer. You can put pictures in here. If you turn the editing on, you would have the option of putting in pictures. Any other files that you want to put in there, you can make available to students. If you want the description to occur on the course page, check that button, but you probably don't want to because it'll make your course page longer. You can choose whether the options are displayed horizontally or vertically for students, just your choice there. This button allows you to determine whether or not, if a student changes their mind, whether they'd be able to go back and change their answer. So if it's set to no, they can't go back and change their mind. But if it's set to yes, they can go back and change their response. If you want to limit the number of responses, for example, if only 5 students can respond to a certain answer, you would have the opportunity to do that here by checking yes, and then you'd limit the number of responses. Most of the time, though, I think you want any number of students to respond to an answer. And then I simply put in my choices here. These are your multiple choices that you can put in right there, and if you need more, you can add more to the field. The only other thing to pay attention to, availability. You can determine if it's open for a certain time or not. If you just want it at the beginning of class, you could set it to be only open at that time. But you do have some options in terms of how the results are displayed. You can either choose to not just publish the results to students, so the results would only come to you. If you wanted students to see the results after they answered, you could make this choice, or if you wanted them to see them only after the activity is closed, that would be that choice, or always show the students their responses. It depends on what the question is, but you have that choice. And if students are responding, for example, if you pick Show the Results to Students, then you have the choice of publishing anonymous results where the student names are not shown, or if it doesn't matter if students' names are shown, you can allow students' names to be published. And if you want students that have not answered at all to show up in a column, you can set that there. The only other setting is for a module setting, which is available for every other activity just that you're used to. And that's it. Hit Save and Display, and that's all it takes to create a choice activity. So I hope this works for you and you can find some creative ways to use it. Thanks for listening.